And an amazing, beautiful good morning, good evening, good night to you all. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. Um, I am saying hello to you up north from the jungle, so I hope you can see the background here a little bit. And I hope the energy and essence of this area transmissions back to you all. So today this is a short energy update. I'm just sharing the harmonics of the day, any messages coming through, and see if there's anything about the event. Although lately it's the only messages coming through about the event is just being in the here and now and doing the work that is needed today so that we can bring this timeline closer by doing what's needed at this moment in time. So today it is the 3rd of November. The 3rd of November, numerology day number 7, connected to the mystic, connected to Neptune, connected to our spiritualism. A great day to be meditating, doing spiritual practices, or just contemplation if you don't meditate. Deep contemplation, beautiful day for all of those practices. Connected to Mercury, so Mercury is connected to the intellectual, the communicator, so great time to learn from about higher teachings, practice and connect to them. So right now the moon is also in Virgo, so Virgo is connected to our Earth. Sorry, I'm just receiving a bunch of messages on my phone as I'm doing this. A little distracting. So the moon is in Virgo. Connected to Earth, and also the analytical mind is I analyze. So actually this is a really beautiful time, as we've been speaking about here in about a week, less than a week now. We have new moon. We're in Scorpio. The sun is in Scorpio, and we're going through this transformational phase, right? This last week was like really tough, and we were really in all those emotion, that passion, that change. And now hopefully we were able to sit back a little bit and like analyze and look at ourselves as an observer, more than really being in the whole emotion of it all, and starting to realize, you know, what we were saying the last days. Hello, good morning, Jason. From where we're going and where we're coming from, where we're going, and now we can start to really analyze and depict with our Virgos connected to Mercury as well. You know, what is well for us, what is healthy for us, what works for us, what do we really want, and we can really see in this transformational time what we're transforming. Feeling into it, realizing what does and doesn't work for us. So I hope these next today and tomorrow will be great days to really depict those things. So come this new moon, the 7th, we can really decide what we're transforming to, what we're letting go of. And so the messages that were also coming through for this is if some of you have fear about where you're heading towards, what you're transforming into, have no fear, because we have free will. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. If you know, they're showing you a life perhaps that is more of a recluse, or being, you know, up in a mountain all alone or something like this, and this is fearful for you and you don't want to do this, no, you don't have to. You can transform into any type of butterfly you want to transform. You have free will. Now there is the most harmonic, beautiful butterfly that, you know, you came down here to do, and when you're doing that, you will be the most magnificent butterfly in that sector. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. So don't fear this transformation. Be okay what is being put to you, and know that you always have choice. And yes, it may be a little bit of heart yoga, as I like to call it, you know, being okay with what's coming up, but know that you have choice. Know that you don't have to change or do anything or transform into anything you don't want to, or at all. It's the power is always still in your hands, if you believe it and you make it so, right? Okay, I'm going to tune in and see if there are any other messages for right now. Yes, so this time can also be very emotional. We are with the Scorpio, so Scorpio is passionate, but it's also water. It's all dealing with our emotions. So we have a beautiful, I mean, I haven't cried up from joy, from joy and many different things. I've cried in these last few days a lot out of joy and gratefulness and thankfulness and sadness and all of these things. I don't think I've cried so much of different reasons ever in my life. So it's been very beautiful, but it's very passionate, very water, very emotional too. So this may be coming up. And know when we're going through this transformative time, it is all about death and rebirth. So we may be having moments of sadness and mourning and realizing, oh, you know, that's from my past and this is from my future. So I'll share a little bit about my path actually. In the last years, I've always known since a long time that I'm to be more of a reclusive type of person, which is interesting because I used to be very, very out in the world. And on my path, I've slowly gotten rid of most of my stuff. All my stuff fits in about 1.5, 2 suitcases now. That's all that I own. And I've gotten rid of all my high heels, and I've gotten rid of all my leather stuff, and I've gotten rid of a lot of materialistic stuff. And I live very small and humbly. And I've changed my lifestyle around a lot and a lot and a lot. But when I was going through those transformation moments in my life, it was difficult too. A while back, I got rid of most of my clothes. I think I only own 10 pieces, maybe 15 pieces of clothing right now. And I got rid of all of that. And when I got rid of it, oh man, I had, the thank you. I had the pile of clothes on the side, right? And basically the reason I'm getting rid of them is because the frequency and the material they're made out of, my body and my soul, my mind doesn't want to wear that anymore. Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Kenan. Thank you. Thank you all, just always for, your support and love to all of you, really. So anyway, so I had all of my clothing on the side, and the reason I don't resonate with them is because I've changed of frequency and they don't vibe on my frequency anymore, and I cannot wear plastic or chemical materials anymore. But it was very difficult because, well, I'm a woman, of course, and I love fashion, and I look at all of these beautiful clothing pieces, which are amazing, and I also even spend a lot of money of all of those things. But it was time for me to say goodbye to them, so it was very difficult. So about 30, 40 clothing pieces I gave away, I put away, I sold. And that was difficult for me, but at the moment in time, it was like, morning, just do it, just do it. And afterwards, I knew that was my path. So what I'm sharing here is that there are times of transformation. It's not easy because you let go of certain stuff, and there is sadness and mourning to it. And then after that mourning and sadness and that feeling comes, then there's a time of celebration. And afterwards I could celebrate that my clothing, my closet was full of clothing that resonates with me, and that when I put it on, it makes me feel good and it vibes with me, if you will. And so in many areas of my life, I've changed so many things over the years, and slowly going towards this end goal. And just remembering that it's all by choice. I didn't have to do that, but that was right. And the moment I put all of those things away, it was a moment of breathing and overwhelmness, but it was okay. So I guess I wanted me just to share my experience with you, and know that it's all, for everybody it's like that. It can be overwhelming, the change, and it can be a lot of sacrifice. And but if you know from your heart that it's the right thing to do, then know from your heart that after you've done that cycle, you're going to feel good about it, and it's the right thing, and you'll be thankful in the future. So really, making choices from the heart is never going to let you down. When we make the choices from the analytical left side of our brain, that's sometimes when we can run into a few mistakes. Well, there are no such thing as real mistakes. It's just then we're taking the long journey home, if you will, not the shorter journey home. But I hope you understand what I mean. I'm just going to read some messages here. Could you have sage your clothes? Yes, I can sage, and I do bless my clothing, but there's certain materials that's not right. There are many materials that are made out of plastic and different stuff like that, so our skin literally cannot breathe it. There are many different things in that, which I'm looking forward to sharing about with you guys, because I am working on a new project of a new clothing line that is with materials all made that are in harmonics with Mother Earth, that are natural and that we can breathe, and that are not toxic for our skin and not toxic for Mother Nature. You see, when we're buying materials that are made out of plastic, when we're done with, you know, those pants or that t-shirt, this chemical material goes back to Earth. It goes back into the rubbish bin, and then it goes back into Earth where we're trying to grow our food, and then we're eating this food that has the chemicals that have been leaked out by this material that we just bought, and those are the clothes we wear. If we want to be in the most high vibrational state, then everything we have around us, everything we put onto us, it would be beneficial to have that high vibrational too, so that it's not bringing our energy down, but either keeping the same energy that we have or enhancing and lifting our energy up, if that makes sense. So my energy field just literally rejects certain items and clothing pieces right now, because it is not beneficial or enhancing, and if it's bringing me down, it just kind of repels, if that makes sense. And this is not a journey for everybody. This is just my specific journey, and this doesn't have to be, there's no right or wrong way. This is just what works for me right now, which is, just my truth, right? Okay. Yes, it is interesting about the chemicals. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. So, I am wishing you all a beautiful day. I hope you're having time to reflect on your needs of your body, mind, and soul, of your past and future, what you're going to, your purpose, even if you don't know fully what your purpose is, but which steps you're taking forward right now. And just being sure of each step, 100% of each step at a time. That's all we need to do, and really plant it to the ground. So with lots of love, from me to you all and on your journeys, and we will speak very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.